Rumor has it that people who've ascended to Celestia have also witnessed the same helix-shaped divine ladder that can be seen within visions, venturing out into the universe and down into the abyss, are the same in that birth are braving the dark unknown. East of the city of Mondstadt exists a gateway to a spiral of ruins known as the Spiral Abyss. Pointing to these ruins in the city of Mondstadt is a statue of Barbados, engraved with the passage, Gateway to Celestia. It is a massive underground city constructed by an ancient civilization long gone, though the purpose of the underground city remains unknown. It is split into two paths, the Abyss Corridor and the Abyssal Moon Spire. When playing through the Spiral Abyss Corridor, for the first time, at Floor 4, Chamber 3, you unlock the playable unit Kale. In the description of the event that you unlock Kale in, it is mentioned that she got to the Spiral Abyss because of an academic researcher. The researcher, in all accuracy, was intended to bring him to a huge spiraling set of ruins, the Abyss Corridor. Why the researcher was attempting to do this is unknown, but it is most likely due to the fact that getting a Theseus topic in the academia is a very annoying task. That's not what we should be focusing on, though, because this description confirms that the Spiral Abyss ruins don't just span Mondstadt, they also connect to Sumeru, and potentially the entire world. Circling back to the events tab regarding the Abyss Corridor, you can also unlock Xiangling from Floor 3 of Chamber 3, which is interesting because both Xiangling and Kale have connections to gods. Xiangling's companion Gerber is actually the Stove God, as revealed in the Moonchase Festival. As for Kale, she had the god remains of Sumeru's goddess of flowers inside of her until very recently. In Teyvat, gods are immortal and supernatural entities, which lead and oversee the human realm, possessing natural and innate divine, elemental, or magical powers. In the current age of Teyvat, most of these gods belong to Celestia. Out of the two gods present, the goddess of flowers was the only one to originally belong to Celestia's realm. Though after the curse of the angels, for the sake of King Deshret, she did eventually turn her back on Celestia. Gerber was a god who was always tethered to the realm of humans, meaning that ultimately neither of these gods in the present form belong to Celestia during the story of Paimon and the Traveler. Ultimately, with all of this, my understanding of the Spiral Abyss is that it is the combination of fates that were abandoned from people like Vanessa, one day ascended to Celestia. The reason that no one understands what the civilization inside of the Spiral Abyss is because it wasn't a civilization. It's an echo to the path of the heavens, except this one leads to the depths. Though, there is still one more piece of evidence for this belief, so compelling that I have yet to share it with you. The main evidence for Teyvat being upside down comes from a domain that you see inside of the Spiral Abyss. As you go down further, slowly, stars and even a moon begin to become visible. If you were to go down, such a thing wouldn't be able to be seen, since stars are in the sky. If me and you were to enter a cave right now, we wouldn't be able to look up and see the stars. But if you were to enter the Spiral Abyss, you would be able to. However, I have a separate interpretation to Teyvat as a whole being upside down. To understand what I am about to claim, we need to rip our calendars back to 1985 and the 1.0 event, Recalling Stars. In the aforementioned limited time event, travelers were introduced to a location known as Pillar's Pier. This was the original location of the Spiral Abyss, before Barbados terraformed Mondstadt and created the Musgrave. The height of the main realms in Teyvat consists of the Celestial Realms, the Surface Realms, and the Void Realms. What is known as the Abyss Corridor today was utilized to connect worlds, or realms. The statue of Barbados was engraved with a warning towards the future about where the Gateway of Celestia had gone, because that ancient civilization was never meant for the living. It was always meant for the ascending.